Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for tuning back into my channel. Today I want to just come on to give you some tips about what to do when inspiration just won't come. And for those of us who write or creative, sometimes that creativity, the inspiration to create something just is not there. So this is, since I started this 30-day write a poem a day challenge, I've just been thinking, oh my gosh, how in the world am I going to be inspired every single day for 30 days to write something? So when I started thinking about that, I thought, you know what, I jotted down some things, and it's not a lot, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. If you have any to share after I'm done that I haven't covered, please do share it in the comment section below. Keep it interactive, guys. Okay, so what to do when inspiration just won't come? First, I find that thinking about things that normally inspire you. So for me, the main thing that inspires me is nature. So just being around nature, if it's being by the sea or just taking a long walk in a park, that really inspires me, nature. So I try to do that whenever I find I'm lacking a bit of inspiration. I try to normally to go by the sea, watching the sunrise or the sunset, and guaranteed, I think 9 times out of 10 I get inspired just doing that. So think about something that really inspires you, whether it be nature, whether it be music, people, and surround yourself with that thing or those things, and that can really get your creative thoughts flowing. Okay, the next thing I find, and this is a really big one for me, is reading. Oh my goodness, reading really helps to inspire me. And I think for anybody who's a writer, they're normally avid readers. So reading your favorite books, and it doesn't even have to be your favorite. Find out what a certain book club is reading. I find Goodreads online, goodreads.com I think it is, has some really good suggestions. So find out stuff like that. Get out of your comfort zone when it comes to reading. Get out of your comfort zone when it comes to types of books that you like to read, and read something. You never know that it might just stir up inside you something that you like, some really strong feelings and emotions that will inspire you to read. Then the other thing is comparing yourselves with others. Don't do it. Comparison really is a killer of creativity. So what I say about reading is really good. It's very good, reading novels, books, articles, magazines, whatever. When you're reading stuff from other authors, and they might write in a similar genre to what you write, and you see their writing, you're like, oh pants. Oh yeah, who the heck am I to think that I can write anything near like that? Don't do that. That really kills your creativity. We all have our unique style of writing, and we should learn to embrace that and develop it, not compare ourselves and really put ourselves down, right? So as I was saying, don't compare yourselves. Compare your writing to the writing of another author or someone else. Just develop your own unique style of writing. Don't destroy it. I'm not saying that you can't aspire to get to a level of writing of someone who's well accomplished and well known, but just don't compare yourself and really beat yourself up about not being able to write like so and so. This is something that I struggle with as well. I be writing something, and then I read a poem by Derek Walcott, or I read one of Toni Morrison's novels, and I'm like, whoa, that's some pretty good writing. But we all have our unique style. Develop it, don't destroy it. The other thing that I find of tremendous help is keeping a journal. You know, sometimes your thoughts and whatever won't come out in stanzas, won't come out in a short story, but just writing about what you're feeling, what you experienced during the day, you know, just start writing. Just doing that writing process can really start getting your brain thinking, and inspiration will flow from that. Trust me, it's a real tremendous help for me. And sometimes, you know, even when you do that, it doesn't have to be on the same day that something great will come out of, you know, that journal entry. But when you look back, you could look back at it and say, oh my gosh, I wrote that. And then it will stir up something inside of you that will enable you to create a really, really good piece. So keep a journal, a daily journal, weekly journal, I'd say daily, or every other day. Just jot down stuff as it comes to your mind. Sometimes I remember a poem that I've written. It was just a line that kept coming to me like over and over again, just one line, and I wrote it down. Forgot about it, went back like a month or so later, and I saw the line and I was like, it's like a light bulb just went off, and I had a whole poem that took like maybe about 2-3 minutes to write. But you know, obviously it had been in the back of my mind, this one line, and I'd written it down, and me revisiting that journal entry just triggered something, and inspiration just flowed from that. Another thing is, don't know if I should say this one, but be a good listener. Listen to your friends. Listen to other people, because people and their stories are fantastic to write about. No, I am not telling you to go text something that your friend said and, you know, kind of write it in a way that the friend will definitely know it's them, and you're going to broadcast it all over to your other friend. No, not like that. But, you know, some certain situations and certain stories are really, really good for poetry, and, you know, good for a short story or whatever creative piece you're gonna do. Or even if you're into painting, you know, painting a situation or whatever. I'm not a painter, so I don't know, but I'm just saying, you know, inspiration works a lot of ways. Listening to your friends, listening to people, listening to the news. One of my recent poems, the poem that I did, The Taking, was really from what was going on in the news with Todd Akin, and you know, him talking about legitimate rape and all of that, and that really got me riled up, and then that poem was born. So listening to the news, listening to friends, listening to people, you know, even reading the news, whatever you do, reading online, that can help with, you know, getting inspiration to flow. Okay. The other one for me, and I keep looking down because I've jotted these down so I don't forget, and it's not a lot, I'm almost done. The other one for me is praying. Praying really helps me. It helps me to kind of center my thoughts, know what it is I am asking for. It helps me to think about the obstacles that are in my way, you know, whether it be a stressor and how to remove that stressor. So praying really helps. For those of you who don't believe in praying, meditating is good as well. You know, just clearing your mind of all kind of stresses, all kind of background noise, so to speak, and that can help you, you know, get creative again. And the last thing for me, sometimes when I'm having what I call writer's block, taking a timed break. You know, sometimes we get so worked up, oh my gosh, I'm having writer's block, I just can't write anything, nothing good is coming out, I'm not being inspired. But just being able to just stop and say, you know what, I'm just not even going to think about writing for the next 2 weeks. I am going to just do all the other stuff that I want to do, go on a break, you know, spend time with your family more, enjoy the little things of life. And when I say time break, the reason why I say time break, it's always good to have in mind, you know, when you're going to come back to it. So we're not talk about, you know, taking 10 months or a year if that's you, then that's fine. But for me, taking like a couple of weeks or the maximum a month, you know, and I know, okay, after a month I'll get back to this, but then for that month I don't really think about writing, so that can help as well. So those are my tips for what to do when inspiration just won't come. To kind of recap for you, think about what it is that normally inspires you: music, nature, people. Surround yourself with those things. Read, you know, read novels. If you're into poetry, then read the works of other poets, or even watch poetry online on YouTube. Don't compare yourself with others. Develop your own unique style of writing. Don't destroy it by saying, oh my gosh, well, I can't be like so and so, so I'm not even going to bother. Keep a journal, even if you don't, you know, something doesn't come out of it that day. When you revisit it, you know, who knows. Be a good listener. Listen to your friends. Listen to the news and current affairs. Pray or meditate. And the last thing, take a time break. So those are my tips. Those are things that help me. But as I said, if you have other things that help you through being inspired when that's the last thing on your mind, then please, you know, put it down in the comments section below. Okay, as usual, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out and stay blessed.